Hello, today we'll be discussing who the greatest lyricist in the world really is. Some artists like Eminem would say it's Kendrick Lamar or Nas. Dave Grohl would say Kurt Cobain. Others might say Dylan. The fact is, the greatest lyricist in the world is none of these artists. The greatest lyricist in the world is someone you've probably never heard of. His name, Christopher Wayne Higgins of Murray, Kentucky. The man of constant sorrow himself. The real one. In early 1996, less than a year after his mother died, Chris began exploring the hidden secrets locked inside religious doctrine. Most notable the keys of death and Hades, the tree of knowledge of good and evil, as well as the number and mark of the beast, all of which are rooted in a single symbolic diagram. After coming to no real conclusion at the time, he moved to explore the occult further, finally landing on the Marilyn Manson forums. Not for the fashion sense, of course, but for what he perceived as a devil may care, say what you will, freedom of the soul setting. A place where people could actually challenge one another without holding on to the insult or grudge other may have caused. A perspective that, it turns out, only Chris held. Needless to say, much like his family and community, they all hated him. And still do. Writing under the names like Osiris, Horus, Cain Crawford, Seth Sayers, Abel One Adams, Raven Kreetion, Ramin Corvinus, and Raymond Croft. His rash, abrasive, insulting, and sometimes cruel and wanting attitude left many people on the forums in a state of psychological unrest. This quickly earned him poor favor with future artists like Nick Frost, Simon Pegg, D. and J.K. Rowlings, James Gunn, and Dean Koontz. It was very much a rage against the dying of light relationship. They being the light and he being the rage. The snap, of course, countering his attitude, was a poetic and lyrical prowess which left all of them in awe. Quite an accomplishment, given that his grammar was atrocious, his spelling sketchy, and his outright disregard for the feelings of others unbearable. However, in spite of all of this, for those 15 years he reigned. A fair truth, given Chris's lyrics are still being released by bands like Sleep Token, Jelly Roll, Bad Omen, Falling in Reverse, and My Funeral Portrait. As for the lyrics themselves, the true number wrote is unknown. The only people who might know the actual number, or an even close calculation, are Marilyn Manson, H from Ready Player One. Yes, all of the people from Ready Player One are based on real actual people. Not that Ernest would admit it, even Little Show who was killed. Known as Wateroo in the movie Bullet Train. Neil Gaiman, using the name Lucifer Morningstar, a name concocted by Chris. Or more than likely the CIA, given their involvement in Hollywood. Regardless of their whole, we don't operate on American soil shtick. In all honesty, if I didn't know better, I'd say Chris was an MG Ultra science experiment. This due to the fact Project Bluebeam was disbanded the year he was born, or at the very least, an unwitting participant in a domestic psyops programs designed to undermine its citizens. A program funded by the Vatican, the First Reich of the Holy Roman Empire, in an attempt to introduce a messianic figure so they might trick the world yet again. Here's a modest list of Chris's lyrics. However, keep in mind, Chris wrote or co-wrote in the neighborhood of 1,000 sets, recorded by roughly 200 artists. Co-wrote, of course, being a loose term, as artists will in fact add a word here and there, or duplicate a phrase for royalty's sake. 1. Audio Slave, Cochise, Like a Stone, Show Me How to Live, Original Fire, and Revelations. 2. Slipknot, Devil and I, Duality, Unsainted, Nero Fort, and Psychosocial. 3. Rival Sons, Do Your Worst, Jordan, Keep on Swinging, Electric Man, and Faces of Light. 4. Shinedown, Cut the Cord, 45, Sound of Madness, Enemies, and Second Chance. 5. Five Finger Death Punch, Wash It All Away, Jekyll and Hyde, Wrong Side of Heaven, Under and Over It, and Pride. 6. Korn, Somebody Someone, Coming Undone, Spike in My Veins, Never Never, and Rotting in Vain. 7. Tool, Pneuma, 46 and 2, 7 and Pest, Lateralus, and Rosetta Stoned. 8. Co-write from Outside Area 51. 8. The Black Keys, Gold on the Ceiling, Little Black Submarines, Low High, Lonely Boy, and Wild Child. 9. Volbeat, A Warrior's Call, Black Rose, Seal the Deal, Die to Live, and The Devil's Bleeding Crown. 10. The Pretty Reckless, 25, Heaven Knows, and So It Went Death, and Only Love Can Save Me Now. 11. Static X, Skinny Man, Night Terrors, I'm the One, the Only, and Destroyer. 12. 21 Pilots, Stressed Out, Heathens, Jumpsuit, Chlorine, and Ride. 13. Bad Flower, 30, Animal, Ghost, Heroine, and Gesture. 14. Billie Eilish, All the Good Girls Go to Hell, Bad Guy, Bellyache, Bury a Friend, and You Should See Me in a Crown. 15. Disturbed, Down with the sickness, stupefy, vengeful one, indestructible, unstricken. 16. Dorothy, flawless, medicine man, missile, rest in peace, and mud. 17. Godsmack, voodoo, cry like a bitch, 1,000 horsepower, I stand alone, and when legends rise. 18. Green Day, 21 Guns, Boulevard of Broken Dreams, Bobby Sox, Holiday, and oh yeah. 19. Hell yeah, you wouldn't know, alcohol and ass, welcome home, love falls, and drink drunk. 20. Papa Roach, leave a light on, even if it kills me, help, last resort, and broken home. 21. Puddle of Mud, Control, She Hates Me, Spaceship, Stoned, and Psycho. 22. Red Hot Chili Peppers, Don't Forget Me, Danny California, Californication, Dark Necessities, and Snow. 23. Royal Blood, Better Strangers, Figure It Out, Tangeton Skeleton, I Only Lie When I Love You, and Typhoons. 24. Rob Zombie, Rock and Roll in a Black Hole, Dragula, Dead City Radio, and the New Gods of Supertown. Well, everybody's fucking in a UFO, and sick bubblegum. 25. Seether, Let You Down, Remedy, Driven Under, Country Song, and Gasoline. 26. Stone Sour, Gone Sovereign, Absolute Zero, Made of Scars Through Glass in song number 3. 27. The White Stripes, Seven Nation Army, Icky Thump, Ball, and a Biscuit, Dead Leaves and a Dirty Ground, and the Hardest Button to Button. 28. 3 Days Grace, Chalk Outline, Animal, I Have Become, The Mountain, So-Called Life, and I Hate Everything About You. 29. Chevelle, Hats Off to the Bull, The Red, Door-to-Door Cannibals, Mars Simula, and Shot from a Cannon. 30. Foo Fighters, The Pretender, The Sky's a Neighborhood, Everlong, My Hero, and All My Life. 31. Marilyn Manson, The Beautiful People, Third Day of a 7-Day Binge, No Reflection, Tattooed in Reverse, and SAY10. 32. System of a Down, Chop Suey, BYOB, Aerials, Lonely Day, and Toxicity. 33. Ozzy Osbourne, Gods of Rock and Roll, Patient Number 9, Ordinary Man, Under the Graveyard, and Crack Cocaine. 34. Ghost, Call Me Little Sunshine, Cirrus, Square Hammer, Rats, and Dance Macabre. 35. Movie Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? Soggy Bottom Boys, Man of Constant Sorrow. 36. Movie The Hunger Games, Jennifer Lawrence, The Hanging Tree. In truth, his work is responsible for over 200 Grammy nominations and well over 100 wins. He has named artists like Lady Gaga, Billie Eilish, and Eminem. Wrote the speech Jeff Daniels used in the TV show Newsroom. His concept of aerodynamics in relation to dirty air affecting the performance of Indy cars fostered the movie F1. Yes, the greatest fucking lyricist in the world is Christopher Wayne Higgins. Hate him or not, facts are facts.